Hi, welcome back. We're going to work on Unit 10, dividing. It's on page 45. In this one, we're going to learn about using the K key for division. We worked on the K key when we did multiplication in Chapter 8, but now we're going to use it to divide by. So if you look on your page, about a little more than halfway down, we're going to work on dividing by a constant factor. That's our 36. 36 is what is going to be our constant key. So we'll put in 5472 divided by 36 equals 4266 equals 1743 equals, and we will not have to put in 36 anymore. The other thing we're going to work on the constant key is like with averages. If you're averaging a bunch of numbers by the same number, guess what? You can use your constant key for that too. The last thing we're going to work on, is this is probably the most important, is constant divisors and accumulated quotients. So on this one here, on this problem, we're going to be dividing all of these numbers by the base 217. So we'll use our 217 as our constant, and to make sure we did it right, we're going to use our grand total key because it will add up all of these portions for us. So let's switch over to the calculator right now, and I'll show you how that works. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your decimal selector is set on 2 for the first problem and your constant is on. So we have 5472 divided by 36 equals. And we put in the second number, 4266, and it automatically divided itself by the 36. And 1743 equals. Boom. Done with that. That was pretty easy. The next thing we're going to do is we'll work with a constant divisor and accumulated quotients. Now in this one here, make sure your calculator is set to 4 decimal places. And like I said, your grand total is turned on. So make sure everything's clear. We'll start off with 35 divided by our base 217, 46, 54, 82, and then we're going to hit grand total, and it came out 100%, so we know we did it right. So go ahead and pause this for now and practice this a few times, and we'll see you back on page 48. Okay, so I just want to show you a really awesome shortcut to do these averages over here. Now I talked about on the other page how you could use your constant key. You get your weekly totals, and you can see there's only 5 days of the week there, so you could use your constant key to divide everything by 5. But what I'm going to show you right now is going to be even faster. So the one thing it does tell you is make sure you change it to the nearest whole unit. Whole unit, what does that mean to you? Whole unit, no decimals, right? So you're going to have to change your calculator to 0 decimal places. The other thing we're going to use, a couple new keys this time, we're going to use our item count key. And the item count key looks like this, IC plus minus. Okay, we're going to turn that on, and then we're going to use the average key, AVG, okay? So let's go ahead and move over to the calculator now, and I can show you how that works. So we're going to put it on 0 decimal places, like I said. Make sure that constant key and grand total key are turned off. And then we want to turn on this IC plus key. That's our item count key. And we'll start the problem. So what we'll do is we'll add up the 5 days, and then we'll hit the average button. And that will give us both of our answers, the weekly total and the daily average in one shot. It's pretty awesome. Here we go. 3329, 3416, 3355, 3408, 3377. Now notice I did not hit that key. I'm going to hit average. And if we look at the tape, it shows us that we put in 5 items, it divides that 5 into the total for us and gives us the weekly average. I think that's pretty amazing. Hi, welcome back. So Office Project Units 1 through 10 is going to have us work with percentage of change. Now I know in Unit 10 you worked with doing the percent of change the long way, which I wanted you to learn it that way because when you work with Excel and you have to do a problem with percentage of change, you're not going to have this really awesome button that's on the calculator that's going to do all the work for you. So doing it the long way, remember, you put in the first year, the most recent year as a plus, the year furthest away as a minus, you get your amount of change and you divide it by the amount that's furthest away to get the percentage of change. And in doing so, you had to have it on 3 or 4 decimal places so that you could convert it to a percent. But the way I'm going to show you right now is a shortcut. It's really easy. We're going to use this MU key that's on the top right hand side of your calculator. And this one says to round your answer off to the nearest tenth of a percent. So where does it say that? Right here, tenth. So how many decimal places is that? That's just 1. So we'll also change our decimal selector to 1. So we'll put the most recent in as a plus, the amount furthest away as a minus, and then we'll hit the MU key and it'll give us both answers. So let's switch back over to the calculator and I'll show you how that works. Remember to have all of these features turned off. We don't need any of those features on right now. And like I said, we want to make sure this is set to 1 decimal place. Okay, so we'll put the most recent first in as a plus, 659, 019, 538, 264 as a minus, and then we're going to hit the MU key. And so you can see from the tape, we have the amount of change is 120,755, and the percent of change already calculated out for us in percent format is 22 4/10%. Pretty cool. Let's switch back over to the paper and I want to show you one more thing. On the very bottom down here where it talks about total sales for the first year, average sales for the first year. So this is where you can use that item count and average function I showed you before. You'll tally up the four store totals for the first year and then make sure you have your item count on and hit the average key to get these. Again, do the same thing for the second year. And then to get your percentage of change, I just showed you that amazing shortcut using your MU key. Don't forget that. Make sure you keep a tape on this, tape it to your page so that when you study for your test, you'll be ready for it.